morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space. Happy St. Patrick's Day. After this, we're going to go eat some corned beef and cabbage and get hammered. But for now, oh no, you're saying, what do you mean, get hammered? It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon, man. Okay, I understand. You're right. Time is no excuse. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, man. It's already late. Do you realize how many hours you've wasted so far? Yeah, I know, right? All right, I'm going to get started here in about 4 minutes. Turkish. What are you doing, boyo? You wasted half the day. After being pecked by a radioactive bird, a somewhat mannered Tuthill was compelled to become Kinius, the Skydude. All right. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space. Kinius here. Number 376. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And a big thank you to my number one and only top Super Chat supporter, Hazardous FDM. Did I spell it right this time? My goal is to get 1 Super Chat, and I got it. So now my goal is to get 5 Super Chats. Whoa. 5. The count on Sesame Street. 5 Super Chats. Whoa. But today we're not being Transylvanian. Today we're being Irish. I do have a bit of Irish in me. No kidding. Probably more than I think. So happy St. Patrick's Day. And I know what you're thinking. What are you doing, man? It's 2 o'clock where you're at. You've wasted the day. Yeah, I know. I don't be so sad to hear that I'm actually not that big of a drinker. Really socially, but even then, I haven't gotten like dirty hammered in years, my friends. I know that Irish side of you going, you're such a disappointment, Kineas. Don't even come around to the pub, Kineas. Gonna stand there and milk a Guinness. 1 Guinness all night long and then not finish it. Just don't even come in. Yeah, later. But I am eating some corned beef tonight, but I'm not gonna do the whole cabbage and vegetables. I don't like it soggy. I'm roasting the thing and I want to make sandwiches. Some nice rye bread. Sandwiches are on me tonight. All right. I also want to thank Hazardous. He went above and beyond and blew my mind the other day. He's playing Farming Simulator, and I've shown some interest in that. But I'm kind of poor, and I hate to admit that too. But I'm working on it. I'm actually working again. But it's slow. Anyway, he gifted me Farming Simulator 2025 so that I could join he and Captain Atlas, learn about being a farmer. I've gone through the tutorial, but I really don't know what to do now. And things that I kind of want to do, I can't figure out how to do. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But they are going to be playing more and more Farming Simulator 2025. And I'm going to be over there hanging out with them, being Kineas the Farmer. Another part of Kineas' story, his role-playing story. My role-playing story for this character. Okay, so let me pop that out. Okay, so really what I wanted to talk about today, the cover art. The happy leprechaun flying point to point along a string of rainbows, right? And let me get back to the cover art. This is going to be on the starting screen. Don't freak out. Oh, not that. Okay. So the happy little leprechaun flying along a string of rainbow points, and you see a little pot of gold at every single one. That's not too far off from what I'm currently experiencing in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I was glad that I saved up the money. I should have started a company a long time ago, but that's neither here nor there. I have started a company, and we're almost 1 week into it. 1 full week. And I have to say, I feel like that leprechaun. Sure, I've been putting all the hours in. You see me grinding away this last week. And I actually maybe have done something wrong. Now today I can't say that the passive exploit works. I had a really busy day yesterday. I couldn't even do a live stream. But I had a skydive mission set. And they say if you go into skydive and set the mission, and maybe I did something wrong and didn't advance it or whatever. But by the time I got home last night, the passives hadn't made any money. So off air last night, I just did a few more search and rescues. And it showed that the passives had made some money today, but it really didn't say they did anything yesterday. So now I'm completely torn right now. And I don't know if I did the Skydive exploit wrong, but I really got no credits for them for almost an 8-hour day. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 8-hour day. So today I say, no, I don't think it does work, or I did something wrong. Okay, but let's go back to the headquarters. I want to quickly talk about why I feel like that little leprechaun. So if you go back to day one, it came in around 2.93 million. Okay. And this is the way that I wanted to play it. Now, there are other strategies to make much more money faster, but I wanted to do something specific. I wanted to have a crew of passives. So the first thing that I wanted to do was create a cargo crew. Okay, like 5 or 6 pilots, 4. I think I started with 4. I was the 5th. So I bought all my planes, and then I went out and immediately crashed my brand new plane, the one you get a discount on. Crashed it. The worst things that could possibly happen to a day one company owner happened. Every bad thing that can happen happened. And I ended up spending way more money than I should have on day one. Either way, I was, with everything that I got, down to 500,000. Okay. And then over the next day or two, also, I was told to pick up a VIP plane. So, a Cirrus jet. So one of them is making a little bit, significantly more amount of money than the cargo. I think the very next day I picked up a flight seeing company. I picked up the Skydude searchers, search and rescue, one agricultural tractor, air tractor, and set up the skydives, trying the exploits. There's my VIP. So yeah, very expensive. So now I'm back down under $1 million. And then just a couple of days later, almost Aaron said, "Hey, you really need to check out those Skydude, the search and rescue jobs. They really pay a lot. You're going to have to get yourself a cub, but it's going to pay off real fast." Folks, he was not kidding. He hasn't been kidding the whole time. He's a mogul. He's a mogul at this already. He's got billions and billions and billions of credits. Billions. So I did what he said, and over the last few days, I've really been grinding the heck out of the search and rescue missions. Yes, they pay a lot. A lot. Okay, some things I've noticed about them. You don't have to follow the gates. So I've last night in particular, I got in late, was grumbling about that, and I just wanted to do some missions last night. So I started them, and I'm like, I don't care about the gates. Just take off, head towards the right place, get there. On the way back, I'm ignoring the gates. I'm just going to go straight. I don't want to be messing around. And in both of the cases, in 3 of the missions last night, 100% on, they don't really check you on whatever. 100%, 100%, 100% on all categories of your scorecard. Next mission, 100%, 100%, 100%, or 89, 90, whatever. But the gates meant nothing. My own problem is it directs me to where to land, but then it's always telling me unauthorized. Neither, maybe I'm just not hitting the notify on final. But even if I do, it feels like they're putting me down at the wrong end of the runway. Not really sure what's going on. It's not a big deal. I don't really care that much. Anyway, it does pay off. The search and rescue pays a lot. And then the next bit of advice almost Aaron gave me was getting to save up, 5-6 million and get yourself for one of the CJ jets. And whether you fly it or a passive does, they will make a lot. And that's been in the back of my mind. And last night, while I was grinding out my missions, I was also happened to tune into an individual who was live streaming that I've never seen before. And he was flying one of those CJ planes, CJ3, CJ4s. And lo and behold, who's in the chat room? Almost Aaron. And he was helping out another person who's getting a career and getting going. And I hung out with them for a while, liked and subscribed, of course. And when he landed, his payout was $4 million. And he had not the most perfect flight. And he had the not most perfect landing. And he still got a $4 million payout. Now, I can imagine if you crack that plane up, you're going to be doing a little bit of crying. So I've got to really, really, really spend some time this next week with that CJ plane. In career or not career, or set as an employee. Maybe my first couple ones as an employee. You can do that, you know. So if you go to missions, this is the first thing they teach you. If you go to missions, you can set yourself as an employee and then take a job. And that way you get some training, and you don't, if you crack the plane up, you're just an employee. Over here, you're setting yourself up as, I'm the owner of the company. I want whatever I click, I want that mode. So yeah, I might be taking advantage of it, the employee setting this week as we learn the CJ. We might even mess with it this afternoon. I really had no plan because St. Patrick's Day and all. I wanted to keep this one short. Hey, speaking of, and I'm not going to say speaking of the devil, because that's not it. Speak of the Admiral, there's almost Aaron in the chat room right now. Let me go over there and say hello. Hello, Admiral. And he says a lot of runway give you that penalty no matter where you land. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? I'm going to try coming in and landing on the other side and see if they're just not mistaken. KISP has a flight to Telluride that will pay around $7 million for full, but might get 3.5 for skipping. That's very profitable. The thing I like about the most, though, you had me at Telluride, right? I'm a Colorado person, and if you watch the Kineas live stream, this is where everything starts. Everything starts in Colorado Springs, just north of Pueblo, Colorado, and just tucked into the arm of the Colorado Springs Municipal Airport, right? Here's our big airport here. We used to have a cool one that was built in like the 50s, and then they built this thing and demoed the old one. Or did something with it. But I'm so sad. It was so 1950s through 70s in its stylings that I would have kept it around as just an active museum piece and still kept running it. And maybe they still do. I really don't know. Either way, this is here. This is the Colorado Springs Municipal Airport. And just tucked into the arm, basically, of the airspace, so you can always remember it, is, in the circled space that defines where the airspace is for this. At the edge is tucked into the armpit is Meadow Lake. This is where my father got his visual flight rules and started flying a Piper Cherokee in the 1970s. And it's a good and it's a bad story. It doesn't end tragically for us or maybe for some others when he sold the thing. All right, but the point I guess I'm ultimately trying to get to with the Telluride thing is early on, learning how to mountain fly and get into these mountains was very difficult. Very, very difficult. Mountain flying is a trip. One, being at altitudes like this and managing your mixture, and then trying to navigate mountains in a plane without a whole lot of engine, like the Cessna 172, perilous. But I wanted so badly to get into where the hoi polloi hang out, you know, be able to get into Breckenridge and Aspen, where the truly, truly rich live. Hunter Thompson lived there. I was fascinated by his writing as a kid. And Telluride, dun, 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 dun. You know, I should know where this place is by heart. And it's just not popping out at me. I want to say it's just north of Aspen. Let me where are you? Well, anyway, this trip he's talking about to Telluride, it's right around here. We're all the very, very rich. Robert Redford has a home in Telluride. And they do a big movie festival there. So there it is right there. So this is a really exclusive place. Exclusive and expensive camping. And very expensive homes. Anyway, yeah, Robert Redford. This is his, I think he's the biggest one to promote the place. And it's kind of tricky getting in and out of here. The path you have to take, navigating in from this way, in between these peaks, coming through here, make a turn, and then getting out of here is kind of tough too. Because look at the mountains all around you. Anyway, I have now, with the smaller planes, navigated in and out of there pretty good. So, again, practicing with the CJ3, CJ4 this weekend. All right, your DiGregorio, I don't know what that is. DiGregorio neighbors moved to Colorado Springs in 82. Danny Morey John. Well, I'm kind of a recluse. I wouldn't know anybody. All right, so I'm going to find a job, and I'm going to open up the voice chat for anybody who would want to jump in. I'm hoping to hear from Hazard and find out what his plan for the day is. And Admiral, I know that you're putting out stuff again. If you got plans, what your plans are for the St. Patrick's Day. You're going to be streaming or watching people. And yeah, just generally, what's the plan? When are we going to do another farming simulator? So I can join in on that. Now, remember to like and subscribe to Almost Aaron and Hazardous in the chat room. I don't know that I'll be advertising so much that I'm going to be, well, I don't know. I haven't thought about it, really. But advertising that I'm hanging out in Hazard's live stream and putting up links to that. Do. 19 minutes after the hour. All right, this one's kind of actually on schedule today. I think a little bit. No, not really. Do. So I told my my media player to search a folder, and I thought it had with a bunch of music in it, and I mean, it went crazy. and it's been like pulling every single file off this drive. And so now just trying to find one song that I want. Now I had a humongous music collection. I was a DJ for a long time. And just so many tracks now are in here. And I have to figure out how to blow this out. What I wanted to do is take just a 420 break here. Just like 3 or 4 minutes. And go back to playlist, see if we can find it this way. Oh my lord, this is an absolute nightmare. Because there's no way to search. Absolute nightmare. Now I really can't find what I want. Ugh. Let's just do this instead then. Stand by, folks. I'm going to play a 420 track here, take a break, grab a coffee, come back, do a job. Maybe hear from Hazardous, maybe hear from the Admiral. All right, we are back. Welcome back. I have a question that's come up in the last day or two, and I've been seeing a lot of posts about it. If you'd like to come into the voice chat and answer the question, then Let me get an invite. If you've never been into the voice chat, let me get you an invite link. If you want to hop in, please feel free. I'd like to hear what you're doing. No, that's not what you want, dummy. I'm over here opening up GIMP. Bring out the GIMP. But the GIMP's sleeping. Yeah, you're right. Let him sleep. That's not what I wanted to do anyway. Forgive me, I am no pro at this Discord stuff. And so it takes me a moment to move around and figure out what the heck I'm doing. But right now I am copying that link and posting it in the chat room. If anybody would jump in. No, okay. I want to hear what you're doing. If you're doing anything, if we're going to be playing Farming Simulator, I'd like to hear from Hazardous. I hope he pops in. But the question I have, and you can answer this in the chat if you want, is about DLSS 5. DLSS 5. Everybody's saying it's going to be a big game changer. And for some things that they're putting out there, yeah. And some folks are already saying this is going to be a big game changer for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's going to really be able to fill in the blanks and make things look better at ground level. And your characters, like, now me, I think that the darn characters, the avatars in the simulator, maybe not the ones that you create for yourselves or the ones we create for ourselves, but every other NPC, the pretty ones are few and far between. Right? Humanity is not that butt ugly. Every one of the NPCs that they put in my plane to take around on a job or something, or co-pilots, they're all just butt ugly. And every time I complain about it, all of a sudden the next like 3 or 4 co-pilots I get are like smoking hot. So I know that there are some smoking hot NPCs in the simulator, but for the most part, butt ugly. Okay, so somebody already in the forums today said, oh man, the avatars are going to look so good. Well, I hope you can improve on butt ugly. If you want to try to improve how butt ugly they are, I'm not excited. If you're going to tell me they're all going to start, looking human, maybe not so goblin or whatever it is, then I'm all for it. If it can make the environment look better, hey, great. Technology will keep evolving better and better and better and better and better. And eventually, everything is going to be perfect at some point. And I hope I live to see it. All right. Let me show you one of these skydive missions, and then we'll probably spend our money and get that CJ3, CJ4, and maybe do an employee mission to start. I'm just going to jump in the thing, and I know I've flown one in the past, but now we're talking a year or more. And I know I've done a live stream on it, or one of the earlier streams on it. Somebody popped in. Hey, there's Hazardous FDM. Thank you so much for all your support. You were my first super chatter for 2026, and you hooked me up with Flight Simulator 2025 so I can play with you guys. Allow me to give a virtual bow.
You are very welcome, my friend.
So what's on the agenda, Captain?
For today, not much.
Okay.
I honestly didn't even know it was St. Patrick's Day until like noon.
Okay. Hey.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to this stuff.
I paid attention because it's all over my social media this morning. I'm like, oh, yeah. Now, I used to, when I was a younger person, college days, sir. Yeah, man. St. Patrick's Day. Any reason to be hammered from sun up till sundown and then some? Why not? When you're a young person, why not?
When you're young, sure.
So
I got all my drinking done when I was probably under 21.
Yes.
And I quit drinking probably at like age 20. So
yeah, I was saying earlier that To be honest, I told the truth. I said, to be completely honest, I'm not much of a drinker anymore. And I know, a bad Irish person, and I shouldn't even go down to the pub anymore. I'll just nurse one Guinness all night long and then not even finish it. And I would embarrass them all, so... So you might want to hook up with me and do some off-air tutorial training, because now I finished the tutorial in Farming Simulator, and I really don't know what to do. I think there's a job in town I can do, but I've been running around. I'm like, well, how do I fill up the water? How do I take care of my cows? How do I do? And I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I can show you the ropes. That's no problem. We can do that later.
That sounds great. All right, so real quick, I'm going to set up a job here, and I wanted to just quickly talk about search and rescue. This area of the United States here in the middle southwest is a great spot so far for the search and rescue missions, because you have to fly in, and the terrain, it can be rather forgiving in some areas. It's really flat in some areas. You hopefully don't catch one on the side of a hill. And the only other problem that you might run into down here are sand dunes. And I thought, well, sand dunes shouldn't be that bad to land in. Wrong. Sand dunes are worse than rocky landings, I think, so far. I have crashed a plane and already destroyed a landing gear trying to land in sand dunes. So other than that, it's been really nice flying around this area, and I wanted to do a short one and ignore the boxes and see what kind of score I get. And so I'm setting that up right now. Did you fly the CJ? Weren't you flying the jets? Did you fly the CJ3, CJ4?
I flew one momentarily from Salt Lake to Vegas in free flight, and that's the one I crashed on landing.
All right.
Because I had never flown a jet,
right,
airplane,
right.
And I didn't know the difference going from like a small prop plane or a twin engine prop plane to a jet engine or a dual engine jet aircraft. The spool up time and the time it takes to actually get the power out of the engines for them to actually give you thrust is way different versus a prop plane.
Absolutely. You definitely have to keep that in mind as you're moving about.
Yeah, you gotta think ahead with those things, and now I know.
Other than that, I think you found that the landings are pretty straightforward. I mean, if you're doing it manually, just you're coming in a little bit hotter. The slowing down can be a little bit more difficult, but other than that, same thing.
Yeah. I did fly for a little bit yesterday. I did a couple missions. I got an S tier.
Nice.
On one of the two that I did. Did a VIP flight mission for somebody. Got an S tier on it and made enough to do another one of my training sessions, but I still need some more to continue.
Yeah, right now you're just kind of you got to build up a little bit of... It's too bad we can't gift each other money at this point.
I admit I was looking around to see if I could find where the game saves to try and go in and like files and
you sneaky guy.
But the file that they said should be there just wasn't there, and I couldn't track it down, so I gave up.
How interesting. You'll be there soon enough. I'm glad you're making some cash, and what you I guess the only thing I would say is I would take Aaron's advice, and other than moving up and immediately trying to save up for the next test, is go ahead and create a company. So now that while you're at this point
it's locked out.
It'll unlock very, 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 very soon.
I think you have to finish all the training first, don't you?
I don't think so. I honestly don't know, but I know you can open it up pretty darn quick. So when it does, so all this that you're making right now, as soon as you can afford it, with a little bit of leeway, for the expenditures of insurance and this and that and the other, go ahead and start one. You don't have to. Again, I'm not gonna. You play it the way you want. You got your own story to write. But if you do, I think you'll be awful happy, because as you continue now, as you're working, there's always somebody working in the background, doubling your money, trying to double it for you.
I think if I do start a company, I would just buy one plane and work for myself, because I'm just sick and tired of who I'm working for taking 98% of the money that I put all 100% effort in. I'm the one flying, but yet I get like $1,000 out of this $50,000 payment, and it's very discouraging. I have to do like 15, 20 missions to do one training session. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I feel like I'm getting ripped off, where if I can just fly for myself and make all the money for myself, I would feel better. I don't really care about employees and all that aspect. And I don't know, maybe I will add an employee at some point, but for now, that's my mindset, is I just want my own plane, work for myself, and make all the money for myself.
Yes, sir.
But you never know what time will bring, right?
Yeah, you'll be a mogul soon enough too. Yep. I think if you do it early, you're a leg up on all of us who just kept grinding and kept grinding. I can't believe how much money I've made in a week. How much I've spent, I was worried more about that. Like, oh my gosh, this is going to be terribly expensive. And it is. But this has been a really good week. I'm almost back to, well, I'm back, and now I'm at almost 6 million.
When you started your company, for sure.
Right. Yeah, I think I've spent 3 million, but I'm already back to 5.9 million, getting ready to go to get 6. And now I'll be able to afford a used CJ3, CJ4. And start bringing in much bigger money.
The sooner you get on site, the better.
So it's definitely profitable. So on your farm the other night, I got to learn how to use the power sprayer. That's in my wheelhouse. And I also got to learn how to, I wasn't seeding, I was just plowing, right? Just sowing the field.
The largest, most unrealistic straight plow that's in the mods.
It was huge. It was awesome.
It's 26 meters long or something like that.
Yeah, the thing weighs so much it can't even like lift up both sides. I mean, it does, but it's like strained in the middle.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a lot of fun. I destroyed a little bit of your wheat, maybe a couple of wheat plants, but not too much.
Like 2 square feet.
Yeah. I really.
The field is so big that like I'm not even going to notice that. It's like a handful of wheat.
Mm-hmm. So I got to see how to hook up equipment. Got a tour. We found a gate.
Yeah, we found a gate that we didn't know was there.
And then after everybody closed up shop, I loaded the tutorial, and I got to. You start at Grandpa's farm, and he gives you a little tutorial, and I almost feel like how you felt with the simulator. It's like you're not giving me enough information. Like there's all these animals, or I mean, you showed me how to do a couple of things, but you're not giving me the full tour. Like tonight,
there's so much, like I would have to give you a tour for each animal, so it's like one step at a time, like with Flight Simulator.
Yeah. So I found some.
Go in head first and dive whole head on into the whole shebang. You got to kind of dabble here, dabble there, and expand your reach.
Yeah, because I found that there's a couple of cows, and there's their feed and their water, and then there's some beehives, and I don't know if there's any chickens, but I kind of wanted to do that. Like I just wanted to make sure how to feed the animals, so how to feed the cows.
Right. Yeah.
And then I talked to Grandpa again. He said I could find some guy named Ben to help me out, and I haven't found Ben yet. And I also found out that somebody in town needs help, so that seems like something to do.
Are easy. You just put down a beehive and walk away. And then you stop by periodically and pick up the honey. They require 0 effort, and they give you like okay money once a year.
Yeah, Grandpa's got a load of them out there.
If you get a buttload of bees, they'll make you a nice chunk of money, but I never do bees. I find them boring, and like I just feel like I need to do something. So I always liked doing goats, because you literally just cut and bale a grass field and throw the bale of grass at them and walk away.
And they're just so darn cute to look at, I'm sure.
Yeah, you get the little baby goats. They're cool.
Yeah.
Things are easy. You just grow some wheat, throw some wheat at them, throw some straw down if required by that particular coop. Some do require it, some don't, but...
So the one that we're working on with you at the moment, there's no goats yet.
We have no animals yet because we wanted to make sure that we had all the fields ready, grown, and at least one round of harvesting done and stored away before we got animals, because we don't want them sitting there idle and not producing.
Ah, I understand. So that's why get the fields ready, get the silage ready, get everything ready, and then get stored up a little bit, then bring in the critters.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to feed them to push their productivity up before, like, they make milk with the cows, or milk with the goats, or eggs with the chickens. And then you can take those products to a production facility and make cheeses, or bottled milk, or ice cream, or flour, all sorts of stuff.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So
we'll get there.
Okay, now I've got a question, because it pertains to something I was talking to Christine about. Can you is there any sort of baking, cooking, like if you get eggs and flour and make flour, does somebody else process all that and make stuff with it, or can you make it?
Take all of the raw ingredients to a factory and they do all the work. And so say you want to make flour, you grow and harvest the wheat, and you take that wheat over to the granary and you dump it into the granary, and then over a given amount of time they will turn that wheat into flour, and on somewhere around that facility will spawn pallets of flour. Then you can pick up that flour and take it to a bakery, and then it functions the same way. So you drop the flour into the bakery, and they'll make bread and make pallets of bread, and then you can take those pallets of bread and go sell them to, like, the neighborhood market, or take it to the train yard and sell it on the train, or something like that.
I've also seen it.
Not physically baking anything.
Oh, okay.
Does that for you.
All right. Well, I've seen in Grandpa's farm at the start of the road, where his farm touches the road, it looks like he has a little stand set up to sell your own goods. Is that actually a thing or just art?
There is a thing. So, like, if you have bees and you're getting honey, it comes in bottles just by default. So, like, in kind of like a crate looking thing. And you can sell that honey on like a farm stand thing.
Okay.
Not all products can be sold, so like you can't just bag loose wheat into a flour sack and sell it. But so like you can get greenhouses and grow tomatoes, strawberries, and things like that and sell them there, because they're technically a finished good, right?
Okay.
Whereas like things you need to grow out into the field, not so much.
Okay. Aaron says he used to take loads of flour to the bakeries in semi-tanks, like 50,000 pounds. That's a lot of bread.
Like 50,000 liters, in a big truck, and just dump it all at once. And then the factory will have kind of a circulation time, if you were. So say you dump like the granary, you'll take the wheat and dump it in the granary, but say you dump 10,000 liters of wheat in the granary. Not all 10,000 liters of wheat turns into 10,000 liters of flour.
Yeah, there's always a little waste.
It takes, there's like a little bit of waste. So it takes like 2 point something or 1 point something of wheat to make a flour. So you kind of end up with like maybe 8,000 liters of flour. And each factory is different, and it depends on what you're making, changes that percentage of waste.
Okay. Yeah, I told Christina I wanted to do a little Clarkson's farm and make some stuff for her and put it out to sell.
You notice I got Clarkson's farm map?
No! That's awesome.
You should have it. I downloaded it, and it's in that mod folder that you downloaded.
I'm definitely going to do that then. Absolutely, I'm going to do Clarkson's farm.
It's Chadlington, I believe is the name of it, or something like that.
All right, I'm on site. So I'm coming down a little bit. One of the suggestions Aaron had the other night was that, you might have to be at a certain height to be able to see them better in your search and rescue, and it could be a distance thing that could cause you to fly over the area and not see them the first time through. So I've been trying to come down a little bit lower, and I've been trying to slow down a little bit more.
Yeah, I can see how that would be a thing.
Yeah, like the draw distance.
Yeah. And regarding your question about the DLSS, I couldn't tell you because I am running an AMD card, and AMD does not utilize DLSS, only NVIDIA cards.
Sure, but aren't they on par pretty much with their own stuff as far as they're going to be doing the same thing?
It doesn't. It's the same but different. So you're not going to benefit 100% of the new DLSS. So if you're using an AMD graphics card, are you?
I don't know.
Is your card a Radeon?
No, I have a.
Or is it?
I have an NVIDIA. Yeah, I have an NVIDIA.
Okay, then you'll properly utilize the new DLSS.
Sure.
Whenever they
sure.
But
Yeah, AMDs won't be called DLSS. I know they have the adrenaline kit. You know, I mean, but it's going to be whatever they're... But I'm sure that they're also working on, you know, their next level AI-enhanced graphics and yada, yada, yada as well. So...
But on top of that, not all of their cards are capable of running it either. So, like, I don't know if the card I have is going to be 100% capable of running it, you know?
Sure. It's like, you know, having an NVIDIA that's not RTX.
Right.
Yeah, you might need...
I'm not capable of ray tracing with the card I have, so...
I absolutely, you know, they've never been backward compatible friendly. It's always, you know, you've got to get the latest card. So, you know, it's nothing I'm looking forward to now. I always look in 5 years plans for computers or longer. Right. So in the, you know, the next...
Nowadays with the price of things.
Yeah. Yeah, we need better times. So I'm thinking about, you know, the next, you know, what will the next build be in a couple of years? And that's neat. You know, again, I think it's just going to keep getting better and better. Technology doesn't stop. It doesn't sleep. And especially today, in today's world, it doesn't sleep. And it's always about next, bigger, better, and being the first. And so, there's our person right there. And see, I didn't see them until they just spawned in. So
I've never been a huge fan of NVIDIA graphics, mainly because their price points. They want too much money. Whereas you can essentially get the same graphical endpoint with an AMD Radeon card.
Yep. My last build was AMD.
Lower price point.
Yep. That's what got me into Flight Simulator. See, when they started the alpha for Flight Simulator, they wanted a wide variety of gaming rigs, and they said we have plenty of high-end rigs already, you know, so we really like people that have mid-range to low-range. And so it was very inexpensive for me to get into the AMD system that I got, and that's what qualified me pretty much. My experience, they wanted to, you know, if you have experience in flight simulators, but they wanted a lower-end machine, and so I had no problem getting in.
Lucky.
It was nice. It was nice.
How much did they charge you to be like a tester for it?
They didn't.
They just gave you a copy of the game and it's like, okay, we're going to be poking and prodding your system.
Yeah.
How it goes.
Yeah, just an alpha tester. Yeah. Man, it's just, I guess I didn't put down the flaps. I came in awful fast.
Yeah, you're hauling butt, dude.
Yeah, that was a big mistake. And I'm pretty far away now. So we have to drive over there.
No, there's worse things. You haven't crashed yet, so there's that.
Yes.
Maybe go for a U-turn while you're in the air. Oh, you're already down. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm a little bit ahead.
Oh, and now you're in a sand dune?
A little bit. She's a little bit squishy. I just didn't want to push it, and I guess I hit a dip or something. We're just going to putz our way over there. Anyway, yeah, for the time that you put in on these, even if you don't skip, it pays really well. If you do want to skip, you're still going to make a good amount of money. But again, these are so short compared to cargo missions and other missions that, you know, it makes it easier not to skip. Usually 5 miles to 8 miles away from. Anyway, just
I think it depends on, like, you know, how fast you can find your target.
Yeah, that's what Aaron said. He said you get a timer kind of kicks in when you reach the search zone, and then how fast you can get to them, how fast you can descend to them.
107 west.
And I don't know if it depends on how fast you get back at all. Can't answer that one. All right, we got him. So I really didn't follow the gates too much on the way out.
Crazy how things can turn bad when you least expect it. Tell the family I'm okay, please.
Oh.
Did you see the cover art for the next live stream on the big farm that I made?
No.
Oh, it's in the farm simulator chat on my server.
All right.
I got a list of names on there. You're in it, so you have to join.
Speaking of images with names on it, now where's my wrong page? Throw up that super chat. Thank you again. Thank you. I'll be popping up in a second here.
Hey, Nicholas. We just got off the phone with some of your family. Everyone is so relieved.
What I did is I took the snipping tool on like everybody's profile,
I miss them so much too.
and I cropped out from basically your image and your more info section,
Yeah.
just like that little chunk, and I made a little like PNG image, and I set it so I can just hide or show each person individually. I have a list of YouTube friends in my streaming software, and I can be like, oh, subscribe to Kineas, and I can show your profile, name, logo, all that, so they can see what it looks like, and they can go right to you.
Oh, that's lovely. Hey, so in the chat, Romero says, had to pound on the side of the tank as it emptied to get the stuff stocked and fall into the feed pipe. But he says, delivered to Tasty Cake Drake's in Stella D'Oro. That's what I was wondering. Cakes. Christine loves baking. And so that kind of answers that question. Tasty Cake.
Yeah, so in the pause screen, you can look at the pricing for each individual commodity, and every place offers you just a little bit of different amount that they'll buy or sell stuff for. So you want to pay close attention to where you're taking stuff, and generally the cake making is quite profitable. So, but cakes require a lot of different inputs. So you'll need like the flour, eggs, strawberries. So you're going to need a greenhouse and grow strawberries. You know, it's so there's different layers.
Like a layered cake.
In product, yeah.
That sounds awesome. That doesn't sound difficult. That sounds wonderful.
Mods, like you can. I'm pretty sure I have some of them to make like sodas or cereal. There's all sorts of factories that people have created that aren't necessarily base game stuff.
You said there's a million mods.
There's so many.
Thank you so much for coming to get me.
I'm surprised at just how big of a fan base it has.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's huge.
Okay, so another tip from Aaron in the chat room. He says, the moment you find your people in search and rescue, the moment you see them, you're going to want to descend as rapidly as possible with full flaps if you can, and get down to them and treat them like a landing. Yeah, I came in, I forgot to put the flaps down, and my mistake. But yeah, as soon as you see them, get to them as fast as you can and get down. Full flaps are only for landing, one notch for takeoff. Will it take off in the same amount of distance if you just use one flap as opposed to using full? What I was doing is putting full flaps, holding the engine until it revved to max, and then letting the brake go and try to do super short takeoff. I'm really glad that the boulders at the moment, or the collisions with rocks and boulders, don't seem to cause as much damage as I would think that they should. But I am happy for that.
Forget you still got that image up on screen.
Oh. It was a super long thank you.
Yep. I will be back momentarily.
Yeah, it's the top of the hour.
My wife just got home, and so I gotta welcome her and all that stuff. So I'll be back in a few minutes.
Sounds great. Top of the hour. I'm going to play some music. We'll be right back.
The engine started acting up for some reason. I've sent a mayday and focused on being safe first. I didn't realize the transmission is very poor in the area, and then never get this damn machine running again.
Joining us in the chat room, we have Captain Atlas. And kind of gushing, I was reading his information, his profile information. And he's an academic. And already has some really nice academics under his belt. And continuing to get more. And it's very, very wow. And quite the accomplishment. Congratulations. Studious. And Captain Atlas is also who's been joining Hazardous, working together, doing the multiplayer on his farm. So if we can get Aaron in there too, that'll be nice. I'm just the rookie. I'm just happy to do the power washing, and I'm content with that. Maybe helping out with the field. I'm not in a big hurry. But I'm sure, but anyway, it's neat. It's neat. So I got to see Atlas the other night in the game. So I hope y'all enjoy it, and I hope Aaron joins. The more the merrier, I suppose. Just gonna be a rockin' place. So I climbed real high, but then I brought the nose down and just started screaming down. And like now, I'm not gonna follow the gates. I'm just going straight to final. Now, hopefully they didn't find any other than the potential errors I'm going to have on landing coming up. They don't find too many problems, but you see that, and I hope I get a good score to demonstrate that, you know, it's not the boxes, it's just, it's, wow, the music just kicked in all by itself. Gremlins! St. Patrick Gremlins! It's the leprechauns! Maybe that's a good sign. We're being blessed. But yeah, I said I wanted to land at the opposite side of the runway this time. Every time I land the way they're telling me to land, it's telling me I'm unauthorized landing. Try this the other way. Oh, I see. It's tied to that button. All right, so that... It's not giving me my connect yet. There we go. I wanted to make sure that one was active.
Mike, Echo November traffic. Kin Sierra Kilo 4011. 1 miles north, 7100 inbound to land. Runway tree 6. Mike, Echo November.
Undesignated landing area, so it doesn't matter.
Great job out there. We didn't even have time to worry. Welcome back.
Darn it. They really took a chunk off for that. They haven't been taking off that much for aviator performance. But it hit me with 2 undesignated landings. And then I didn't see the wheel go out, but obviously they said it did. Anyway, so that really hurts. But target retrieval time, 100%. I'm not really sure what localization time is. Is that to and from? I don't really know. Honestly, let's see what this says. Version, taxi speeding, cruise, landing lights, fuel minimum, smoke avoidance, flaps. This is just general stuff. They don't say anything about localization time. They're going to title something. They should have a description for it. Either way, what's the profit?
I am back.
Hey, welcome back. So, 361,620 for that job.
Did you only get 35% because you landed backwards on the runway?
Yeah. And they hit me with the 2 times error on that one for landing backwards. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. It doesn't matter. It hasn't mattered what direction I've landed. I always get 1. I've been getting 1 on every landing so far. And Aaron seems to think it's just a bug on some runways. So
periodically I have an issue where like I'm coming in for a landing and it's like, oh, request landing clearance.
I did.
Smashing the button to request landing and it just doesn't do anything. And then it docks me points for it.
Yep. Yeah, this time I made sure on coming in for the landing that it did check off. It did send that I'm on final radio message. And then for not skipping, a bonus of 60,000. I'm sorry, a bonus of 84,730 for not skipping. And again, those are so short. I mean, why skip them? I mean, I guess if you're really in a hurry, but those are so short that extra, that's a lot for not skipping. And then, of course, reputation bonus, which comes and goes. 60,000 for reputation bonus. I was at a superior rating for like 5 minutes the other night. Oh, and then now I just lost. There we go. For an hour today, I was superior. Level 199. That just makes me feel old. Air says the airport that have brown reticle can be avoided for green. I'll look for that. The airport that have brown reticle can be avoided for green, like grass runway. Not really certain. All right. Said today because St. Patrick's Day, I wanted to keep this short. I really just wanted to maybe now find out if I need to buy another company or what do I need to just get the CJ3, CJ4, whatever Admiral wanted. What are you using? Almost Aaron, what are you using the CJ for? The VIP flights? A cargo? So what am I buying the CJ3?
A nice plane to use for private flights, I would think. That would be my first thought.
Yeah, the VIP flights.
Yeah, VIP. He's using a CJ4 for VIP.
Yeah, and I have a VIP company already with one that's Cirrus Jet. And let's see here. Used. Dun, 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 dun. VIP CJ4, he says. Oh, there's that King Air. Nice. Oh, you can do VIPs in a Cessna. I'll be darned. Wait a minute, though.
That VIP I did yesterday and got ass on was in a small Cessna plane.
Yeah. So is there... Look, Admiral, is there still a potential... If the job is a $7 million job, does it matter if you take the Skyhawk or a Citation CJ4? Or I'm not going to make that money in VIP. The same mission. On the screen, it just shows you missions, and it tells you how much they'll pay. And it doesn't matter what plane you're using. So,
and here's a secondary question I would have. Is what is the difference between that plane, that CJ4, and the one below it? There's a difference of several $100,000, and they are the exact same.
The damage on the plane to maintain, I would imagine. It's
visually right here. There's a red thing that says to maintain.
Right.
Both of them. Both have 2 certifications. Same name, same default rating, but there's like a $200,000 difference. Why?
Yeah. And I think some of these, let's see if there's any ones to purchase that are cheaper. That's, see, now look, these are 5 million, but this one over here, the next row over, that's almost 8 million. So now, how much is damage? And it's got to all be damage, I would assume.
And what is that? Is it, oh, okay. So that one that's like 8 million with the, I assume that's like a damage.
Yeah, that one even has, yeah, it's
So
more
the
expensive.
plane may be cheaper to buy, but by the time you repair it, it costs that much.
And it's funny, the one that's $8 million has like the serious, again, the red dot with the exclamation.
Repairs needed. Okay. So you want to buy the cheapest one you can because it requires less maintenance. So the one for 5.3 million.
Potentially. I mean, it could just be, you know, the few, yeah, because it could still be like all engine work. It could be all, I mean, who knows? It could just be, yeah, they don't tell you. And that's kind of wrong, because you should, let's see here. Yeah, you can't click on it and check it out first.
You have enough for the cheapest one, though.
Boy, but damn, but if this one up here is 8 million, if I buy it for 5.3,
buy the 5.3 one, and that's probably what I would do too, because it requires less repair costs.
but then I might not have enough to repair it all the way.
Well, then just switch to a different plane and do a couple missions and get some more money.
Yeah, you're right.
That can be overcome.
Add oil, tire, brakes, battery. Buy the 5.3, he says. All right, let's do it. Let's see what's wrong with this beast.
Do it. It's a nice plane, though.
Yeah. All right. 8 seats. It's just now spawned in the screen. It'll take a moment for it to pop up on your end. But I'm saying 8 seats. Fuel 571.50. Is that pounds?
You can reach 45,000 feet with that, though, so that's nice.
Yeah, pressurization. All right,
The whole entire fuel system needs to be repaired, though.
And he's always telling me get the good insurance. This is expensive. Between 6,000 and 45,000 a flight hour. That's a huge jump. I'm gonna be cheap. I don't care. I know. I'm gonna regret it. But choose delivery. All right. So we need a place. Good. Well, with the distance, I guess it really doesn't matter. I'm in the Midwest here. Yeah, up here around Colorado again. Lots of good ones. So I'll have it delivered to
Tail dragger.
Denver.
Tail dragger says, "What's up?"
Hey, good to see you back. Yeah. Never cheap. You crash, you lose 8 million. Yeah, but I'm not the one going to be flying this thing right off the bat. I'm going to go do some employee flying in one first. So it's okay. It's not going to be me. And you said the NPC rarely, if ever, crash them. So for right now, I'll do that. Kelly Air Park, Meadow Lake. Here we are. City of Colorado Springs.
Drop it in Aspen.
Yeah, Aspen's close enough. Really close. Yep. That's just a short hop from here. All right. $5 million purchase. See how much we can earn by the end of this next week.
What the hell?
The way it's spawning in, it's like it's building it. I like it though. I like it though. It was like it was building it.
Yeah.
All right. Might not need that on here, but let's find out. Okay. Engine to maintain. All right, these are all shot too, really. I imagine if you did a checkup on these are all going to be shot too. So the oil quantities we've got to maintain no matter what.
This is wrong airport. Why was that the wrong airport? I don't understand.
Yeah, we can move it.
Was that like a dirt runway or something?
No, it's a municipal airport. $861,000. Oh, that's going to be making me broke right there. Turbine engine 1 and 2. We have 959,000 left. That's 800,000 to repair one engine. 892,000 to just hit delegated maintenance. Wow. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that one. Well, we got the engine at least working. Let's check the fuel system. Fuel tank 1. 6,000. We can afford that.
You're going to have to pound out a couple more missions to fix that engine now.
Oh boy. We certainly are. But that was relatively cheap.
That wasn't horrible.
Let's just make sure.
Take a look at the flight controls.
Yeah, the aileron connection. These are about ready to fall off. Oh boy.
You don't need those.
Yeah, right. And the flaps, they're a shot. Man, somebody was definitely, the last owner was over speeding like mad to get those.
Maybe it was me. That's the plane I crashed outside Vegas.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It could be. Let's make sure that the autopilot is working for them. 20,000. They've got to have a working autopilot, though. What happened? Oh, there we go. All right. Avionics. They've got to have decent avionics. The alternator. It's probably
300,000 to maintain all of that.
15,000 for an alternator. That's just robbery. That is complete and total robbery.
Wow. You're going to have some missions to do to maintain that thing.
Yeah, let's get our battery and our aux battery. We might actually be able to get this thing. He says
That's
assigned
the most expensive alternator I've ever seen.
Yeah, right. He says assigned pilots cause more wear than you do. Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe you're right, but again, sir, come on. You've seen the way I fly.
Well, you don't fly like me, so you can't be that bad.
Just a step. All right. General landing gear. Let's check the landing gear. Tires.
Primary flight display is not great. The circuit.
I'll look again. They charge you 940 credits to fill the air in the tires. That's goofy. Tire pressure, 946 credits to fill the tires.
They fill them with helium.
Something, man.
Or nitrous.
Actually, don't. Yeah, some vehicles do use nitrogen, right?
Yeah.
846,000. Okay.
Those landing gears are not great. I assume 1 and 3 are the rear, And then landing gear 2 is probably the front one, but $23,000.
Yeah, it's insane, isn't it? What were you saying? The PDFs? Let me check that again. The circuit.
Screen. Yeah, he says nitrogen's less affected by air temperature change.
So probably, but still, my gosh, that is crazy. Flight information.
Yeah, something about that circuit. What is that?
Yeah.
In primary flight display. I mean, if that goes out mid-flight, you know.
Yeah, he's boned. Yeah, boned.
Directional gyro.
That's pretty damn.
Information is probably important.
Lighting system.
Hydraulic valves. Might be important.
Yeah. Hydraulic pump 2. That's almost shot. The flap actuator. Yeah. Jeez. So these things are pretty vital.
A bank drainer.
Boy, the spoiler. That's
the brakes.
That was relatively cheap. The spoiler actuator was under 1,000 credits. That's great.
Hey, that's less than filling the tires.
That's nuts. It's just who at Asobo is making these prices up. And again, I've seen real aviators over there saying this is completely unrealistic. It's way too expensive. They said we do a scheduled maintenance on our these are like Airbus pilots too, saying we'll do one every couple of months and there's usually nothing ever wrong. The engines are that good and the prices are just way unrealistic.
Yeah, and he says monitor some of these to see how fast they degrade so you can get an idea of like when things are going to go bad, how long they last.
Yeah. Just gonna have to bite the bullet on these. These are absolutely pretty damn vital.
He's pushing that full insurance on you, man.
Yeah. Yeah. How much is full? 80,000 a flight hour.
150,000. What the hell? Dude, make sure you save enough for fuel.
Yeah, right. That's where I should just stop right there.
Yeah. I think you fixed the crucial things.
I don't think he's going to crash it, though, so I don't know that I really don't know that I need the salvage coverage. These all apply no matter what. The insurance bonus, reputation bonus, and crash coverage, but he's not going to be crashing. I don't think. The game will crash your plane for you if you don't have full insurance.
Well, that's rude.
Right?
That's just bias right there.
Yeah. I agree.
That's a liberal policy. I don't like that.
Yeah, you guys are too woke over there. You've got bad pronouns. Jeez. Man. All right. Okay. Fine. I'll bite the bullet. Fine. Just for this plane. I don't care about the rest. I just don't even care. But this one. Okay.
What, full coverage?
Yes. Yes, I got the full coverage. Oh, I don't even want to look at the other planes now. I don't want to spend any more money for right now. All the other planes that might need some.
I learned the hard way, so you don't need to.
They'll tell me if any of the planes are completely broken. Like if you come in here and then like it must, you must have maintenance on these or they won't fly. Let me just check our cargo planes. Yeah, no damage on any of these. All right, so now what time is it? 3:30. And you're not live streaming today, or you are at all? No, not at all.
No, I mean, other than what we're doing later, which I'm not streaming, that's the only thing I have planned.
Here says I learned the hard way, so you don't have to. Right, you're right. All right, I'm gonna do this first one just as an employee, and let's find a VIP, and let's find that plane. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've flown that thing, and then we'll talk about maybe moving it to a different airport if you want. 2,000. No, well, we need to find that plane. Aircraft model.
$2 wow.
CJ4, we can skip. I just want to learn to see if the cockpit. Cessna CJ4. These are cheaper than. Wait, how are these in this plane? We just got the CJ4. These are cheap. These are less. You don't make as much as a search and rescue. This is only 47,000. 71,000. 97,000. 47. 52. These don't come close to search and rescue.
He says you can't use your plane as an employee.
Oh, that's why it's so cheap. No, you're right. I can't use my plane as an employee. What I can do is become re-familiarized with the cost, with the cockpit, and not worry about it. So that's why
I would do that in free flight.
Why, though, I still make money? I'm open, though. What? Why?
Just for like maybe a few minutes to like get familiar with how the autopilot system is, the controls, thrust, and things of that nature. Maybe like 15-20 minutes of flying it in free flight, then jump into the career and use it there. Just so there's less chance of
if I crash and ruin my reputation. I suppose reputation's on the line at the moment. All right, it won't take but a minute. Okay.
3.5 hour flight. Woo! All the way across the country. That's a long ass flight.
Okay. Joby S4. Love it. Love it. All right, CJ.
A lot of VAPs in Florida, though.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I should just I'll just set a short run to Colorado Springs.
Yeah, just a short flight, kind of familiarize yourself with the plane flight.
I should have set up.
Major.
Should have set that up at the main menu.
Denver Tower.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Romeo Alpha.
Let me go back.
Ready for straight out departure at runway 26.
I really enjoyed flying that plane until I crashed it.
Oh, I'm sure it's I remember that they're big pimpin' planes, and
the autopilot system is really easy too. It's just like it's very similar to the 737, where it's like right in front of your face across the top.
Nice. All right, and let's do a few deviations. Let's add that as a waypoint. Castle Rock as a waypoint. Where's Hugo? Hugo. And then come back over here and we'll try to set up an ILS.
Okay, he says 50% thrust with full flaps and gear down, maybe 125 knots on approach, cut power about 100 feet before the runway.
Okay.
If you can remember that.
Yeah. What was it again? Cut power 100 feet from the runway.
I'll remind you later as you're coming in.
Alpha, Whiskey 87 at runway 26, ready for departure. Departure to the north.
Oh, we got to set up controls for this. Settings. This won't take but a second. I'll just copy over. Just
You
use
should
it.
fly like that little sport jet.
Yeah.
Copy those controls over.
I'll just set it up for the
Speed Racer, what is that thing called?
Icon A5.
The one that looks like a dolphin or whatever.
And I'll modify this later. But I just need my basic controls in there for right now. This is the weirdest control setup I've ever seen. But I'm sure it makes sense if you've got, your home building and, I'm sure it makes sense. I'm sure there's a logic to it. It's just, I don't understand it sometimes. Why they did it this way.
I will be right back.
Yeah. All right. One more to duplicate and we're back in business. Yep, in business. Okay. Rudder trim, secondary trim, engine start, left, right, disengage. We have a speed brake. There's our flaps, engine, left, right, run, stop. What's the difference between starter? That's just your starter. Okay. Diving panel, beacon lights, nav, strobe. Landing, logo, pulse lights, TCAS. Not sure what the TCAS lights are. All right, our FMCs or MCDUs, whatever you want to call them. Direct to, I like that, like an Airbus. We've got our direct to button back. We got flight plans, legs, departure, arrival, performance, display menu, MFD, data. KDEN, direct to. Doesn't have our waypoints. Oops.
As you see, he says it has no auto throttle, so.
No auto throttle. There we go. Well, I see my plan here. My flight plan. Where's the up and down buttons? I see there. Go to legs. There we go. Kappa CO96, 52CO, K hug. Up and down, up and down, up and down.
Did you execute that flight plan on that computer?
No, I have not.
It's the top button on the right side.
I found it. But what I want is the navigational buttons to go up and down in a menu.
You mean like next page?
Yep. Yeah, I see. Previous and next.
Doesn't say to go up, down. You have like the side buttons that you press or whatever, but
Let's go back up here real quick. And I want to set up an ILS landing. So let me come down to runway 17, change it. We want ILS 17 left. The Adane waypoint or arrival. Great. So that'll take us down over to Hugo, come into Adane, and then into Mogul. And we're going to switch to IFR. Send this to ATC and Avionics. And Denver.
what the hell?
Pikes.
It's the weirdest flight plan.
Uh-huh. That one works. Lane 2. Can't tell what the difference between those two are. Rock 17. Not getting any differences on these. Alright. Doesn't matter. Good enough. Yep, definitely good enough. Alright. Yeah, okay. Flight director, vertical speed, vertical nav, flight level change, push for Mach, speed Mach, course heading. Not familiar with slew or any of these yet, but I will be. Pilot reversion. Our nav, 1/2 bank, I like that, if it works. Heading hold, heading dial, approach.
Execute your flight plan in there.
Excellent. Back course, altitude hold, yaw damper. I don't get a visual indicator if it's on or off. It might say here. No, it does not.
No, you're gonna have to check your main HUD screen there in front of you for engagement.
Right.
You're in to engage autopilot's the far right button.
This is neat. Upper menu cursor engines. So this is changing what you're looking at.
Yeah, and then there's a way to make them brighter or dimmer as well. So if you can't see because of the sun or whatever, you can change that.
All right. Get rid of that. Oh, I know. You said you weren't interested. You just discovered it was St. Patrick's Day. We're actually, Christine actually planned. I'm got a corned beef cooking. Anybody else doing corned beef tonight?
I've never had it.
Oh my goodness, so good. A corned beef sandwich is
You're not gonna do like mutton or something like that?
no. Mm-mm.
I think that's more British, isn't it?
I don't know. Where's just the autopilot button? There it is. I found it.
The far right button.
Yeah.
Like fatty.
On the flight director there. Put on the flight director there.
Did you engage your flight plan?
No. Done. Okay. There's the gear up. I know where my flaps are, and let's go.
Good luck.
Well, thank you.
And if you crash, it ain't your plane, so...
Nope. Yeah, I need to make these brighter.
I believe there's a knob set down at the bottom center above the set of buttons that may adjust that there.
Again, Romeo Alpha
You'll be able to
Whiskey
pick
87.
which screen and then the
Continue for your
brightness.
departure. Again, Romeo Alpha Whiskey 87. Leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Okay. 7,000 feet. I forgot to check the height. Cruise 450. 4,500. That doesn't seem right. Not
No.
right at all.
Sometimes their cruise speeds or crew the levels that they want you to fly are so wrong.
Again, Romeo Alpha Whiskey 87. Acknowledge last transmission.
Okay, so LNAV on, vertical pitch on, path, VPath off. Let's put it into, there's 9,000 feet. Do an altitude hold. LNAV. But it's like with other autopilot, it's not immediately engaging. Let's do a direct to
Again, Romeo
Kappa.
Alpha Whiskey 87.
A lot of that,
Execute.
I think, set before it engages.
You have to reactivate it on the on your flight plan. That's my experience.
Aaron is saying that essentially the max flight level is the most fuel efficient, so your 450 level.
Overspeeding. Okay, and it has no auto throttle, so
Again, Romeo Alpha Whiskey 87. Did you copy?
you guys,
You're going so fast.
sure enough. Okay.
Oh, he's talking crap on you now. FLC, this is the crash. Guess you're gonna crash.
I don't have any altitude put in yet. I just did an alt hold. I'm sure we need to be.
Again, Romeo Alpha Whiskey 87.
But this is why I said, tinker in free flight
Right.
for a minute.
Right.
Get the bells and whistles.
All right. To do flight level change, we put our altitude. Oh, that's your deck. Oh, it is showing it on both decks. All right. Let's go to.
You're set at 9,000, right?
Yeah, let me change it to 12.
Your FLC, yeah. You're gonna have to hit the button over here to the right in order to engage. And then that scroll wheel where it says down, up.
I don't know what you mean. Under FLC, that's for vertical speed. Flight level change should handle it on its own. There's vertical pitch.
But you need to tell it on that scroll wheel that goes up and down how fast or how much to climb up and down. that thing, yeah.
No. Let me turn off VNav. Go back to flight level change, pitch.
Yeah, so increase that vertical speed control.
I honestly think it is independent. Because when I am rolling it up and down after engaging flight level change, now I have pitch on my menu, my heading, or whatever the hell you want to call this thing. My indicator, it tells me I'm in pitch. But if I roll the up and down, yeah, we overspeed again. As soon as I've got enough thrust to engage a climb.
Roll wheel is for vertical speed control. Flight level change is controlled by the knockout.
Right. So when you engage flight, level change, yeah, that's because I'm increasing the throttle. But watch, now that I've got flight level change and pitched in, and I go up and down on the wheel, there's nothing on my airspeed indicator or my menu at the top, my indicator at the top, to show that I'm affecting any sort of change up or down. But if I engage vertical speed, then we have your up and down. So there's 400 feet per minute, 800 feet per minute, or again, I can roll it down 500 feet. But engaging flight level change, which I just did again, which will pop up in a minute on your screen, the computer is supposed to completely automate what it wants for foot per minute.
What the optimal ascent or descent would be.
Yes.
See, and I never did that. I always used the scroll wheel, the up down,
right,
just to use it myself. But
I normally like Aaron says, I almost always use flight level change. But in these 737 missions where they're descending us at weird times, sometimes you may have to, You may have to say, it's not fast enough, or they'll tell you, please expedite your climb or expedite your descent. And in that case, you may want to pop it over to vertical speed and increase or decrease, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so now we're at our first waypoint, CO96. Okay, and then out to Hugo.
I had that same complaint, Aaron. It's not showing us the visual percentage or speed ratings or any of the information when he hovers over a button.
Well, what I'm looking for now is I need the ILS, and we need to make sure that the ILS frequency is plugged in right. The ILS frequency is... Damn you. 109.1. So where's that gonna go? Radios. We don't have a radio button on our MCDU.
Yes, you'll have to click on that and grab it.
But it might be in our departure approach. Let's see. Next. That didn't do it. Runway 26. And that's a departure. I'm in the wrong menu entirely. Departure arrival. I need Colorado Springs, arrival, ILS 17, Dane transition. Okay, there's no place for radio there.
Isn't the radio down between seats? You said it's not in there. No, it's down between the pilot and co-pilot, I believe.
No.
Isn't it? Okay, so it's not like the 737.
No, not at all, it seems.
So you have to set it in there somehow.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. There's our barometer. Okay, radios. Their nav.
Oh, Aaron's going to look up why it's not showing the percentages on mouse over.
Radio.
Well, the funny thing is you have the number pad on there, which tells me that it's got to be in there.
Ah, look at this. Instead of a radio button, it's got, I saw ton. And that's what it is, radio tuning on the FMC. So tune, COM1, COM2, NAV1, NAV2, ATC1, ADF. Okay, so it was 1091, so it might be in there, 1091. All right, it's there.
So you don't forget to execute when you're done. It's highlighted.
Yeah, but I didn't change anything.
Since you changed the radio in there,
I didn't.
you need to hit execute.
But I didn't. I was just making sure that it was there. It populated. I didn't enter that.
Oh, okay.
And it's also on nav 2 as a backup.
Oh.
All right. What about VORs? You could use a nav 2 as a VOR. Let me do the Black Forest VOR. Black Forest VOR is going to be 1125. So, let's see this. 112.50. See if it'll take for nav 2. It did. Very good, very good. And I see here now on this that I've got my VOR heading 360. That's this VOR right here, BRK.
Isn't the craziest flight plan ever?
Uh-huh. All right. So now course heading. Course heading. I saw that up here. But you dial it in here?
You should be able to hit set and it would send it to the avionics. But I believe once you put it in there, you have to hit execute.
In the 737, when you enter a VOR, there's usually, in the Airbus especially, there's another entry right underneath it, and that allows you to put the course heading you want for the VOR. And so that's what I was looking for right now. I see this blue dotted line, and I'm trying to figure out if that's shooting towards my VOR or not. Let's see. And how do you swap these and make one active?
Wouldn't you just hit the little line thing next to it and so it's highlighted?
You'd think.
You would think.
I'll just make it active. I'll just come back over here and come in here. Oh, frequencies and set. So now this should be set as the... Nope. Yes. It did set it as active. Okay.
I was gonna say, like, if you just hit that set button in the thing, it should just go.
And now I want a course setting of the runway. Course setting of the runway is... Black Forest, radial 206. So Black Forest is 206 to the runway. Let's try worse.
172. Yeah. Right?
Well, right now, it's just I want to... No, normally you would track it to the VOR, then track the VOR to the runway, and then turn to the runway heading. So right now, I'm just trying to get the radial from the laser beam, from the radio tower, pointing to the vector to the runway. So and that would be, again, here. Here's the VOR. This might take a second to show up on your screen. But what I'm circling is the Black Forest VOR, and you'll see this dashed line out here that says R206. So that's radio.
Can't see that. You need to go to settings, general, flight interface, cockpit camera, lock, instant,
What?
something or other. Aaron's telling us we can't see the like little tool tips that pop up when you hover over a button.
Oh, I see.
That information.
Yeah, and I definitely should have something like that.
And he just put it in the chat to
Okay.
how to enable it.
Excellent. I will get to that. So this dashed line is radial 206 to Humpy. And at Hump, Hump, I don't know. Or when you reach this vector here, then that is course heading. Yeah. Look at down here. 172.
Huh?
172. We're setting 172.
So it's that's the main
Runway.
just like it shows in the bold.
206 is the VOR, and so if you reach Black Forest, then you would turn 206 over to Humpy, and then at Humpy turn 172.
So by rock, you need to be on 172.
Yes, Captain.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I don't know why the graphics look so crap at zooming out. Oh well, neither here nor there. Okay.
That new DLSS.
And where am I at in the flight plan? We added Hugo. Okay, almost at Hugo. So coming into the... Let's just head for... We are now. It didn't do a flight. It still didn't do our flight level change. Son of a gun. We're still at 10.5. I'll give it a minute, see if it does anything.
What's that yellow text on there? There's like a warning. What's going on?
Plan discontinuity. So somewhere in the flight plan. Okay.
You'll be able to see an altitude on the dial when you adjust it. So, since you can't see that, you need to go into the settings and turn it on. Oh, you don't even have...
I'm trying to figure out how to get it from following GPS to taking my... Let's see if I hit nav again, what's it gonna do? So normally your autopilot can use multiple sources. It can use a VOR source, or it can use a GPS source. So I don't have to figure that out right now, but that's what I'm trying to do. Right now I've got that BRK frequency dialed in. I'm looking for any indicator preset here, VOR1, but I don't see any information about BRK. And I don't know if there's a way to auto... No, I don't think that there is, so I would just have to turn. But I'm still not certain that I've got it. And for discontinuities, normally you come down here and you click the whatever you want after the discontinuity. So in this case, ADANE, you usually click that and then click right on the discontinuity and it takes it away, and then you hit execute. So now it's got direct to ADANE.
Yeah, that seems to be repaired now. But...
Yeah, and it's still following. Actually, it's not following because I've turned nav off. But let me turn nav back on. I'll look up the VOR thing later. That's really such a secondary thing.
What you should do though is enable that setting for mouse over info. And now he's not turning.
Yeah, I had to re-engage it. All right, so
you engaged it too late. It's not gonna.
No, it is. You just come back and just do another direct to. So what I did is it wasn't engaging because da 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 da. So just come down here, hit your direct to, click what you want, where you want to go, and then re-execute, and then
there it goes.
Right, and then it gets right back on path.
Probably frustrating with the delay. The stream that I'm watching.
It's okay. It's a little bit. It's all right. It's not much. All right, so she's back on path to ADANE. Okay, and now let me put back in the ILS frequency. What is it? 1091?
That's nice.
109.1. 1091. And we will set our course setting to 172. Maybe.
So good you're doing this in free flight.
Uh-huh. Back course, yaw, damper. I don't even...
Autopilot.
Okay, we're back on. Course setting, course setting. But...
I'll be back.
yeah. I don't see where it's changing my course heading. Or an imp. Heading 360, heading 360. That hasn't changed the entire time. And I don't want the heading button. I want course. Push direct. I want direct. All right, so settings, general flight interface cockpit. Settings, general flight interface cockpit. Cockpit. Camera. Lock, instant. Cockpit camera. Instant instrument. This won't activate. You have to be in lock. I see what you're saying. Lock, instant. All right. Pull to lock. That's so funny. It didn't do an altitude hold. And it didn't do our flight level change. I'm gonna have to look into that. Do an altitude hold now. And let's set this thing for 9,000.
Altitude.
Yeah, all right. Flight level change. Change -2. 2. There's our ILS star, so we got that. I will also watch a detailed tutorial on this aircraft before the evening is through. For you, boy. You're nothing. I mean, I'm sure you're something. But at the moment, you're nothing. Oh, you know, I didn't look to see if there were detents in here, too. Oh, okay, so that's toga. Aha. Oh, dang you. So here we have a toga, a climb detent, a cruise detent, and a throttle detent. There's the cruise detent. What is this? Friction? This button is inoperative. Well, right now we should be in a climb. What are we at? 9,200. I want 9,000. Light level change. Come on. On. There it goes. 26.4 nautical miles to Adane, Adiane. Big pimpin'. My, we have come a long way in a short period of time. Always still blown away at how much power we are able to achieve with jet engines. Knocks my socks off. You can also add speed brakes to control the rate of climb or ascent with FLC use throttle. And also speed brakes if you are late to descend. Speed brakes are down here. Right here. Speed 232 knots. Should be done here in about 5 minutes. Localizer. And double check. I think we're supposed to be at 7,000 feet for the ILS. Let's see here. No, 9,000 in. 8,700 by rock. That's where we want to be in time and space to engage our approach. 8,700. I like how it displays it on other PDFs, flight plan, flight charts. Usually has an X. X marks the spot, boyo. If something goes wrong, we stand course setting 172 at minimum 7,200 feet. Left turn, heading 020, intercept radial, the 91 radial from BRK to 80 A&E. This is why I need to figure out how to activate the proper VOR frequencies and dial in the radial that I want, because I need to set the 91 from BRK. So then we head back out to 80 A&E and climb to 9,000 feet. Right, this is not a make money activity. This is just free flight. Cabin pressure. Traffic, terrain. Don't know what you are. Don't know what you are. We must be at 80 ANE. We are turning north.
Colorado Springs approach. Kin Romeo Alpha, Whiskey 87. For miles north of Charlie Oscar 4, 9000. Request IFR to Colorado Springs. Ready to copy.
Kin Romeo Alpha, Whiskey 87. Is cleared to Colorado
1522.
Springs as filed. Squawk 1522.
Where do you squawk?
Kin Romeo Alpha, Whiskey 87 cleared to Colorado Springs Airport as filed. Squawk 1522.
Is that TCAS?
Kin Romeo Alpha, Whiskey 87. Read back correct. Radar contact 9000. Altimeter 29er 2.
No.
Continue to mobile following heading 305. Proceed on course. Climb and maintain flight level 450.
Continue to mobile following heading 305. Resume own navigation. Climb and maintain flight level 450. Kin Romeo Alpha, Whiskey 87.
Kin Romeo Alpha, Whiskey 87. Maintain present heading and altitude expect ILS runway 17. Left approach via Bravo Romeo Kilo 9er 1 radio. 11 DME arc cleared to Bravo Romeo Kilo.
Oh, good. It gave me the... Oh, that's for the DME arc. Yeah. That's fine.
Maintain present heading and altitude expect ILS runway 17 left approach via Bravo Romeo Kilo 9er 1 radio. 11 DME arc clear to Bravo Romeo Kilo. Kin Romeo Alpha, Whiskey 87.
That is correct.
Kin Romeo Alpha, Whiskey 87. Contact Colorado Springs Tower on 119er.9er.
And we'll be inbound in just a moment.
Tower on 119er.9er. Kin Romeo Alpha, Whiskey 87.
No reverse, but the speed brakes can be deployed after you land to increase brake pressure. Yes. We will be doing that. If we can, there's no arming. You just have to do it manually. That's fine. Got our proper altitudes in here. 9,000 for A1, 8,700 for rock. Vertical altitude set. And let me set this to 8.7 if it comes down on its own. There's 8.7. Altitude V alt plus path. So let's see, we'll know soon enough. There's Mogul. So then when we make it to A1, we'll see after A1 if it automatically starts coming down by itself. You can't flare with the speed brakes, so never land with them. Says Aaron. Mogul. Okay, we'll be at A1 in just a moment. Let's see if she V-paths. I need to be slow the hell down. Slowing way down. I wish it had an auto throttle. I'd like it to be a little bit more precise. 100, 200. Almost at approach. It's slowly coming down. Only has to get to 8.7 by rock and we hit approach. Landing gear down. So V-path is working. 8.7 coming up. I don't know if we've got a detent for flaps, unless that is it at the 120. That seems awful low, though. We'll try 10 now. 10%. Well, that's 50%. And approach. We're under it. We're over it. Shit. Gotta dive. Dive, DiMaggio, dive. Try this again. Well, it says we're in approach, loc 1. Like straightening out. Good. She's on the glide path. Okay, 127 knots. Don't want to get much lower than that. I think we're good, Captain.
Just in time to see you crash on the runway.
Uh-huh.
Sweet.
115 knots. Put a little bit more power in there. 116.
Ah, you fixed the thing so we can see it now.
I did.
So much nicer.
It helps.
It does.
$19,120. All right. Full flaps. Under 120.
Gonna have to buy my son a new PlayStation 4.
Oh no.
Just quit reading discs and he's having a conniption.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
I tried to take a can of air and like blow it out, you know, but I think it's the laser. It's making weird noises and crap. It's not good. GameStop wants $140 for a 500 gig one.
Close enough. Autopilot.
Autopilot.
Disengaged. Throttle down. Whoa. Easy, easy.
Ooh,
Spoiler.
you got this. You got it.
I didn't get my spoiler. Deploy it.
Get down there.
And there's, see if there's reverse thrust.
Oh, you're gonna miss your freaking runway. It does not have reversers. Damn. That was rough.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, I was over there trying to fiddle with my my spoiler. But let me check my buttons here. So the spoiler is not bound to anything. And you said there's no reverse thrust, so it's not idle. All right, well, other than that, everything went well. Anything that I don't understand at the moment, like the VOR thing, I'm gonna watch somebody doing an advanced tutorial on this beast this evening, and I'll have it all figured out. Other than that, I think everything went rather well. If I had to fly it manually, I don't think it's going to be a problem. But you know, got a flight plan, we flew it, and we did an ILS. So I think we're good, generally speaking.
And if that was in a career mode, that would have been...
Yeah, a little bit bumpy. Oh, yeah, we didn't crash, though. And Aaron's right. Colorado Springs, the runways here at this airport, pardon me, the runways here at this airport, yeah, they could use some tender loving care. They are very bumpy and irregular. You can't jack your landing gear up here. So be aware of that. Colorado Springs just generally kind of sucks to land at or take off at.
They just pave over boulders and stuff.
Yeah, there's literally breaks in the runway that are inches off. So, you know, hitting these things. All right, let me throw up my thank you sign again for Super Chat. My next goal is 5 Super Chats, folks. So if you'd like to get on this nifty sign or a sign very much like this, I'd very much appreciate it. You can use the Super Chat button at the bottom there, and we'll immortalize you on our 2026 screen. Thank you to Hazardous. Please like and subscribe always. If you're not going to Super Chat, if you stop in, please hit that like button and subscribe. And I would subscribe to these gentlemen in the chat room, all of them. Almost Aaron, Hazardous FDM, and Captain Atlas, and start growing our community a little bit. I want to thank you so much for tuning in on this St. Patrick's Day. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Don't drink and drive. That's what Uber's for now. And have a great time. Be safe. And we will see you tomorrow. And we're